exploring the PowerPoint interface. If you have ever opened PowerPoint and felt overwhelmed by the number of buttons and menus, don't worry, you are not alone. Opening PowerPoint and the start screen. When you first open PowerPoint, you will see the start screen. This one is the start screen. You will see when you will open the PowerPoint. This is where you can create a new presentation from a blank slide by using this one, blank presentation option. Choose from pre-designed templates. You have these pre-designed options available as well, but you can explore more by just clicking on this more themes and you will have more options. And you can open recent presentations or browse your saved files by just clicking on this open option. Click on this and the most recent opened file will be present in here, as we have not opened any file yet, so this space is empty right now. But you can explore from this PC, you can browse from external drive if you have any connected, and you can use OneDrive as well if you have saved any documents saved in your cloud storage. So this is how you can use the start screen. The PowerPoint interface. Key components. Once inside PowerPoint, the screen is divided into several important sections. The ribbon, your command center. At the top of the screen, like this, you will see the ribbon, which contains different tabs. Each tab has a group of tools that help you format and edit slides. The most commonly used tabs are: the first one is Home tab, basic tools for formatting text, changing slide layouts and inserting elements. Like you can use any of these. You can just add new slide as well. You can change the text by just clicking on this text and this text will appear. And you can use any of the font as well, change the font size, and you can just change the alignment as well and use all of these elements from Home tab. The next we have Insert tab. It allows you to add images, tables, charts and multimedia. You can use any of these options available in here. You can use pictures, take a screenshot, and you can add chart as well and use the header and footer as well, and all these options you will just explore throughout this lecture. The next we have Design tab. It helps you choose slide themes and background styles. For example, if I don't like this interface, I'll just go to the Design tab, click on this one, this drop down menu, and we'll just have plenty of options available and you can choose any of these. For example, I just want to go with this one, so you will just click on this and this theme will be applied throughout your document. The next we have Transitions tab. It controls slide movements effects between slides. And the next we have Animation tabs. It adds movement to text and objects that you have already added. For example, if I just want this text to come in the shape of wheel, so we'll just click on this and this text will appear in the form of wheel. And if I just want this to be in the form of split, we'll just click on this. Here you can see this effect will be applied on the text that we have already selected. And the next we have Slideshow tab. It prepares and runs your presentation smoothly. The next we have Record tab. This Record tab allows you to record all the presentation and all the effects that you have been working on, and you can export that file as well to your video if you want to share with your colleagues and your teammates. The next we have Review tab. It includes spell check and commenting tools for feedback. If you're working in a team work as a team project, and you can just click on this comment and this comment will be shown to all the team members that are working on this project. And you can use this spell check and grammar as well that will be working on this later on. And the next we have View tab. It adjusts how your slides appear on the screen. The slide pane, where you build your presentation. The slide pane is a large area in the center where you create and edit your slides. This area is called the slide pane. You can click inside a slide to add text, images or other elements. For example, if I just want to edit this text, I'll just click on this and a text will be appeared and you can just edit this text as per your requirement. Each slide is like a page in your presentation. Use the click to add title and click to add text placeholder to enter content. For example, if I just want to add a new slide which says title slide, here you can see it says click to add title and click to add subtitle, or if we have a content then it asks us to add click to add text. So you can just customize your presentation file as per your needs and requirement and the content you are working on. Slider navigation pane. Managing your slides. On the left side of your screen, you will see a mini version of your slides. This slide navigation pane helps you rearrange slides by dragging them. For example, if I just want this slide to be at the number second, so it can be rearranged by just clicking the mouse and pressing it and just doing the same thing. Delete slides you don't need. For example, I just don't need this slide anymore, and I just right click on it, and here is the option called delete slide. This slide will be deleted. And you can add new slides by clicking the plus button. If I just want a new slide in here, you can just click on it, and here is the option called new slide. So just click on it and the new slide will appear. The notes section. Adding speaker notes. Below the slide pane in here, you will see a small area called notes. Use this section to add reminders or talking points for each slide. When you present in presenter view, only you can see the notes. For example, if I just want to add a note as the second slide, so these notes will be available to the presenter only. If we just go to this presenter view, the quick access toolbar, your shortcuts to common tasks. Located at the top left corner in here, the quick access toolbar contains frequently used buttons like save to quickly save your presentation, undo and redo to fix mistakes easily, start slideshow to preview your slides, and to create a new document as well, you can use this as well. The status bar, keeping track of your work. At the bottom of the screen, the status bar shows important information including slide number. For example, we are working on a second slide, but we have 3 slides total, so it shows which slides you are on and the number of total slides as well. The next we have zoom control. Helps you zoom in or zoom out your slides as per the requirement. As we have 81% right now, if we want this to be 100%, you can say, we'll just press OK and the text will be zoomed in. But if I want to go zoom out, you can customize this by just entering the amount that you really want it to be. For example, I just want 50 and I'll just press OK and this will be zoomed out. The next we have view modes. Lets you switch between normal view, slide sorter, and reading view. You have all these options available. This is the normal view. This is a slide sorter, which shows all the slides that you have been working on. And the third we have reading mode. We'll click on that and this slide will be opened as a read mode. You can just press ESC or escape if you want to go back. And the last we have the slideshow, which will be opened in the form of presentation. So we'll just go with the normal view right now. Customizing the PowerPoint interface. To improve your workflow, you can customize the PowerPoint interface. For example, minimize the ribbon. If you need more screen space, click on the small arrow at the right bottom. For example, in here you can use this, which asks us to hide this ribbon. Here you can see this area has been increased and you can just have more space to see your content, but you can just undo as well and you can just see show tabs and command and the interface will be back to the normal. And the next we have change the view modes as well. Use slide sorter view to see all the slides at once or presenter view to prepare for delivery. If you are working and if you want to prepare for the presentation, you can just switch between these modes as well. And at the end, you can just add custom commands. Right click any button and choose add to quick access toolbar. And you can just go to this area. You can just click on this little tiny drop down menu and you have all these options available if you want to add or remove any quick access options. For example, if I just want open to present in here as well, so this little icon will be shown. But if I just don't want open and a new as well, but I want a spelling and grammar checker, so this is how you can customize the quick access toolbar as well. Creating and saving a presentation. When you open PowerPoint, you have two main options. Like in here, when the start screen appears, you have two main options. Creating a blank presentation, alright, by just clicking on this blank presentation option, and we'll just click on it and a new empty slide will appear. You can just customize it as per your needs and requirements of the content you are working on. Using a template for a quick start. Open a PowerPoint and click new. For example, we just go to the file click on new, and you have all these pre-designed templates available, and you can use any of these for business, education, or creative themes. Click on template, then select create. For example, I'll just want to go with you can use any of these. For example, I just want to go with flourish named theme. Click on it. We'll just click on create, and it will just start downloading. And here you can see you have all these templates available for the headings, for the images, for the comparison, and for the charts as well. And you can just edit it by just clicking on the text you want to edit, and the text will be changed as per your content. So this is how you can use a pre-designed template as well. Adding and managing slides. Once you create a presentation, the first slide appears. You will need to add more slides to build your content. The first one is adding a new slide. Click on the home tab, click new slide. In here you have the options. We'll just click on it, and it gives us the options if we want to add a title slide, a section header, title and subtitle, to content, and title and content as well. Like, you have all these options available according to the content you're working on. So we'll just click on this. For example, I just want to go with title and content. We'll click on that, and you can see these slides have been appeared. But as we have to rearrange this slide, and I just want this one to be the second slide, already we are working on 11, so I'll just click on it and drag this slide to the place I just want it to be. For example, I just want it to be here as slide number 2. Here you can see these have been customized and arranged as per our requirement. So you can just edit text and add images or charts as per your content requirement. To add a new slide, you can press Ctrl plus M if you're using Windows, or you can use Command plus Shift plus N if you're using Mac. Deleting a slide. Click the slide you don't want anymore or want to remove from this document file. For example, I just want to delete this one. I don't want this anymore. We'll just right click it, and here is the option called delete slide. We'll just click on it, and this slide will be removed. Saving the file for the first time. Save as. We'll just go to the file, click on save as. Alright, we'll click on it. Here you have all the options where you want to save. For example, I just want to go with this PC, and I just want to save it on desktop. We'll click on it, and it asks us to rename it as Microsoft Lecture 2, and you can just press save. This file will be saved. As you can see here that the presentation name has been changed and the title has been changed to Microsoft Lecture 2 as per our requirement and as we have did it. Saving updates. Save. Press Ctrl plus S if you're using Windows, and you can use Command plus S if you're using Mac to save quickly. This overwrites the existing file without asking for a new name. For example, if I have to change this text as techniques to, you can say, ways, and I just want to save this file without changing the file name as well. So we'll just press Ctrl plus S if you're using Windows, and you can press Command plus S if you're using Mac to save this file. So you can see this file has been changed as we have changed this text as well. Saving in different formats. Sometimes you need to save your presentation in different formats, such as, for example, if I just want to save this file instead of PPTX, the PowerPoint original extension, you can save this to these options. Well, you go to the file, go to the save as, go to this desktop, and want to save this file as different format. All right, and you have to click on this drop down menu as save as type. You will have all these options available, but most of the time we use PPTX if we want to edit later. The next option is PowerPoint show, which is PPSX. You can just find in here. And the next we have PowerPoint show, opens directly in slideshow mode. If we save this file into this format, then when we'll open this file, and it will be directly open into slideshow mode. The next we have PDF, creates a non-editable version for easy sharing. For example, if I want to save this file as PDF, where is, yeah, you can use this PDF and it will be easily shareable file. The next we have video. Convert slides into a video file. If we want to add, you can use mpeg4 video.mp4, then this format will convert this PowerPoint into a video format that can be shared with anyone, your colleagues or your teammates. And the next we have image files, .jpeg or .png, like in here, like .jpg or .png. It saves individual slides as picture that can be shared later. So these options can be explored and can be used if you want to save file into different formats. So if I just want to save this file into PowerPoint extension, and we'll just save it, and this file will be saved as this one. So this is how you can save, create and delete slides if you want to. Opening and editing existing presentations. There are several ways to open a saved PowerPoint file. Opening a recent file. When you open a PowerPoint, click on File, and here is the option called Open. Click on this, and here are the most recent files that have been saved and opened in this laptop or PC that you are working on. So you can open any of these files and it will be opened like it was saved before. Browsing for a file on your computer. We'll go to the file, click on Open, and here is the option called Browse. We'll click on this. For example, if I just want to open a file that have been saved on desktop, here are two files available that can be opened and already saved in this computer. So you can just click any of these. For example, I just want to go with Microsoft Lecture number 2. We'll click on it and press Open, or click on this Open. So here are two files available that can be opened and already saved in this computer. So you can just click any of these and click Open, and this file will be opened as it was saved earlier in this computer. So this is how you can open a file in the Microsoft PowerPoint. Editing a presentation. Once your presentation is open, you can begin editing. Updating text. Click inside a text box. For example, if I want to change the heading of this first slide, we'll just click on this, and you can just backspace the text, and you can just retype it and master public speaking. For example, you just want to have this title instead of the previous one, so you can just re-edit it. Use the Home tab to change font, styles, size and color. For example, if I just want to change this font size of this heading, we'll just go to the Home tab, click on this drop-down menu, says font, click on it, and you can use any of this. For example, it's when you just move this cursor to the font, it changes to the specific one. And for example, if I just want to go with I just want to go with Times New Roman, we'll just search in here, and you can see, just click on it, and the text will be changed to Times New Roman. You can change the font size as well. You can just reduce this to 40, and you can change the color of this text as well. For example, I just want to go with a little lighter yellowish one. Here you can see, you can change all these according to your requirements. Inserting or replacing images. Click on an existing image and press delete to remove it. For example, if I just want to delete this image, which seems a little lighter, so we'll just press delete. Okay, first we have to select that, okay, and just press delete. Here you can see the picture has been deleted. You can add the image or replace the image as well. We'll just go in here, and you can use any of these from the desktop that you have already saved. So we'll just go with downloads. Here you can use any of these. For example, I just want to click in here, press insert. So this is how you can change the image in a Microsoft PowerPoint file. Changing slides layout. Select a slide. For example, I just want to change the slide layout of this last slide. Alright, we'll go to the Home tab, and we have option called layout. We'll click on it. Here we have all these options available. For example, I just want to go with this section header, or I just want to go with this section header with subtitle. We'll click on it, and it has been changed, which looks a little different, and it should not be like this, but you can change the layout as per your requirement. and I just want to go with title page, and it would be changed as well. So we can just undo that. This looks appropriate, so it should not be changed. But if I want to add another slide and want to change this layout for this slide, we'll just go to this home tab and layout section, and if we want a comparison, we can just go with this one. So this is how you can change the layout of a slide. Reordering and deleting slides. Open the slide navigation pane, which is already opened. Drag a slide up or down to rearrange the order. For example, if I want this slide to be at number 3, you can say. So this is how you can just rearrange the data that you have already edited. So I just want to rearrange it in here. So this is how you can just rearrange these slides, and you can just drag it in here as per your requirement. And if you want to delete any slide, you can just press right click. For example, I just don't want this slide, so I'll just right click it, and here is the option called delete slide, and this slide will be deleted. Renaming, moving and managing PowerPoint files. Rename a presentation. Close the file if it's opened. Go to the folder where the file is being saved. For example, we just have to close this file and we have to save this file. Alright, we'll just click in here and this file will be closed, and this one was the previous one. So we'll just go to the location that where it has been saved. We'll just go to this desktop. Alright, and as you can see, these files have been saved in our computer. So we can just right click any of the file that we want to rename, right click it, and it gives us the option as rename, and you can press F2 as well if you want to rename it, and you can just press in here and you can see, for example, I just want to rename it as like number 3. So we'll just press OK. So it has been renamed as well. Moving a file to a different folder. Click and drag the file to a new folder. For example, I have this file in here. Alright, Microsoft lecture number 3, and I just want this file to be moved to the desktop, and I just drag this file to the specific folder, and it asks us to move to desktop, and we'll just do that. Here you can see the file has been moved to the desired folder. So this is how you can move a file to a different folder of your requirement or of your needs. The Home tab, your main formatting tool. The Home tab, here you can see, is the most commonly used tab in PowerPoint. It contains text formatting tools that help you improve your content looks. To format text, you need to select the text you want to modify. For example, if I have another slide in here and I just want to add slide number 1, and I have text as let's learn how to apply text effects. Alright, so if I want to apply the text effects on this text, first of all I'll have to select this text and go to the Home tab in here, and this section, the font section, helps me apply all these effects like bold, italic, underline, subscript, superscript, and all these options. And I can change the font style as well and the font size as well. Changing font style and size. Choosing the right font. First of all, we'll just select the text. Alright, we'll go to the font family of the Home tab and click the drop down menu in the font group. Okay, in here you can see it says font. Click on that and plenty of options will be available for us to choose any of these. For example, you can choose any of these. Alright, so but choose a font that is professional and readable. The recommended fonts are Arial. The first one is Arial. This one, this text is in Arial form. The second recommended font is Calibri. We'll just select the text, go to this font family and write Calibri. Select text, and now the text has been changed to Calibri. The third recommended text font is Times New Roman. We'll select the text, go to this font family and type Times New Roman. Here you can see it's in Times New Roman. Let's click on that. So the text has been changed to Times New Roman. And the fourth one is recommended as Verdana. We'll select the text, go to the font family and type Verdana. We'll click that. So the text has been changed to Verdana. So these are the 4 main professional font styles that have been recommended by all the professionals that can be used in any document. Adjusting font size. Click the font size drop down or use the increase or decrease button. For example, if I just want to increase or decrease the size of this text, we'll just go to this font family, and here you can see we have the buttons as well to increase the text font size or to decrease the font size. But if we want to choose recommended options, like in here, you can choose any of these as well. For example, I just want to go with 18, and you can choose these buttons as well to increase. You can just click on this and the text will be increased by 4 points each. So you can see 24, 32, and you can decrease this font size as well. Like you can just click on this and the font size will be decreased. So this is how you can adjust the font size using bold, italics, underline, and text effects. These tools help emphasize key points. For example, if I just want to go bold, which makes text stand out. For example, I just want to bold this one. Let's learn. We'll select the text. First of all, as I have mentioned, that if we want to apply any text effect, we'll just first have to click or select the text that we really want to text apply on. So this is how you can just select the text by using mouse. Go to this font family, and here is the option called bold. You can press Ctrl plus B as well, but you can just go to this B and click on it. Here you can see this specific text that was selected has been bold. The next we have italics. So if I just want to select this text and want to apply italic on this, we'll select the text, go to font family. Here is this a little tilted I which shows the italic, and you can press Ctrl plus I as well. So we'll just go to this one. Here you can see the text has been a little tilted or italic, you can say. The next we have underline. If we want to apply the underline effect to this one, the last text that we have, then we'll just go to this font family, and here you can see is U has a little underlined, and if we just click on this, you can see a line has been placed under the text that we has selected. So this is how you can apply bold, italic, and underline effects on the specific text that you are really working on. The next we have text effects. Add shadows, outlines, and glow the text. For example, if I just want to glow all the text that has been written right in here, we'll just go to this one, text shadow. Here you can see it has a little shadow in the background, although we cannot see it effectively, but it has been implemented on this. So this is how you can see it has been affected. So you can see it has been a little pressed, so it means it has been implemented on this text. As we have a little different color scheme, so we cannot see it, but this is how you can implement this text effect. Changing text color and highlighting. Changing text color. Select the text you want to change the color for. For example, I just want to change the color for this entire text, and I'll just go to the font family. Here you can see is the option called font color. We'll just click on this drop down menu, or you can just press on it, then the text will be colored as red, as you can see this red color. So we'll just go to this drop down menu and select any of these colors. We'll just go with the lighter one, as we have a little darker one background, so we'll go with this one, or you can go with a little white. You can choose this one as well. So this is how you can change the color of your text in the PowerPoint, but this text should be a little lighter, the white one, so you can just click on it and it will be more visible to the screen and to the viewers as well. Aligning and organizing text. Good alignment makes slides look clean and professional. For example, if I have a text in here as benefits of digital detox, all right, and I have a text saved in here as in the form of paragraph, and I'll just copy this text, go to this, I will paste in here by pressing Ctrl plus V if you're using Windows, or you can use Command plus V if you're using Mac. So we have a text in here, but here you can see it has a very dark color which doesn't suit the theme of this style, and second, it is not aligned as well. So if we want to align, we just click on this paragraph. Here you can see we have paragraph section, and we have options like left align, center align, right align, and justify as well. So if I just want this text to be center align, we'll select the text and click on this center. Here you can see it has been center aligned. But if I just want this to be right aligned, Then the text will be on the right, and this is less common but used for design balance. And at the last we have justify. It aligns text evenly but is rarely needed in presentation. For example, you just select the text and go to this justify. So here you can see we have equal space on both sides. So this is how you can change the alignment of the text. But if I want to change the color as well, as it doesn't look nice, so we'll just select white one. So this looks a little more prominent and the more professional one. Using bullet points and numbered lists. Bullet points organize information clearly. For example, if I have another slide and I have benefits in the form of bullet points. Alright, so if I have this in here, we'll just copy this text, go to this PowerPoint. Here you can see these points are not in the right format, or you can say are not bulleted. So if I just want them to be bulleted, we'll just select the text, go to this paragraph section. Here you can see we have bullets option. We'll click on that. Here you can see this is how it looks a little formal and a very appropriate way to present the 5 key points of a digital detox. So we just have to implement bulleted. We can change the style as well. We just go select the text, go to this paragraph family and click on this drop down menu, and we have options like in here. For example, I just want to go with this one, and if I want to change the color as well, we just select the entire text, click on this one. So this is how you can change the style of bullets and the color of the text as well. So this is how formatting text or home tab works in a Microsoft PowerPoint. Choosing slide layouts and themes. Design tab. Choosing a slide layout. To apply a layout, select a slide. For example, if I want to change the layout of this slide, we'll select this slide and click on the layout. Here you can see under the home tab. When we'll just click on this a little tiny drop down menu, we'll click on it and you will have all these options available. Like the title slide is for the presentation's opening. Title and content, a common format for text and images. Next we have to content. For example, in here, it is best for comparisons. The next we have blank slide. Here you can see for custom design. So you can choose any of these options available in here. For example, I just want to go with title and content. We'll click on that and you can see the layout of this slide has been changed. Applying a theme for consistency. A theme is a collection of pre-designed colors, fonts, and effects that give presentation a professional look. Applying a theme. Click the design tab. We'll go in here. Browse the available theme options. Like this is the theme section, and you can just click on this drop down menu and we just click on it and you have all these options, and when you just hover the mouse to all the slides options or themes options, and it will be changed accordingly, but it will not be applied unless or until you will click on that. So you can just go with any of these, but this will implement all the slides that we already have selected. For example, I just want to go with this one, this circuit named, and we'll just click on it. Here you can see all these slides have been changed accordingly as per the themes we have applied. So this is how you can apply a theme. Customizing a theme. PowerPoint allows you to modify themes to fit your needs. For example, to change colors, to change fonts, and to change background as well. For that, we'll go to this variant section of the design tab and we'll just click on this drop down menu. And here you have all the options like colors. You can select any of these. We'll go with, you can say, this one. And all these effects have been applied to all these slides. And if you want to change the fonts as well, for example, we already have mentioned that Calibri, Arial, Verdana, and Times New Romans are considered to be the formal fonts. So you can select any of these and we'll go with Arial. And that font has been applied to all the slides that we are working on. And the next we have the effects that will be applied to all the slides. For example, I just want to go with Glow Edge. So you can see this effect has been applied to these slides as well. The next we have change background. Use a solid color, gradient, or image, and you can just click on it, background styles, and you can choose any of these. For example, I just want to this one. or you can just format background as well. We'll click on that, and you can choose a solid color, gradient as well. Gradient is a mix of two colors, so you can choose that as well. Picture or texture fill, you can use that as well, and pattern fill as well. You have all these patterns available, so you can choose any of these according to your need, requirement, and the project you are working on. So this is how you can apply all these effects in Microsoft PowerPoint. You can just reset background as well, or this effect will be applied to all the slides. So if I want to apply to all the slides, click on this one. Here you can see all the slides have that background that we have selected from this section. Using the slide master for uniformity. The slide master helps apply changes across all slides instead of adjusting them one by one. We'll just close this one, and for that we'll just go to this view tab. Here we have an option called slide master. We'll click on that, and you have all these options available like colors, fonts, effects, background styles, and all these effects will be implemented through all the slides instead of applying one by one. So this is how you can adjust all these themes as per your needs and requirements of your project. So you will just make changes as you want it to be. For example, I just want this color, and the font should be Calibri, and the effect could be the office one. So we'll just close this master window, and you can see all these effects has been applied, and we just don't need to apply one by one. Adding images and SmartArt. Insert tab. Inserting images. Adding images makes your documents more engaging and helps clarify your content. How to insert an image? Go to the Insert tab on the ribbon. We'll click on that, and here is the option called Pictures. We'll click on that, and you have the options called this device. Insert pictures from your computer or from other computers that you are connected to, or you have external drive connected to your device. And you can go to the online pictures as well if you want to search a specific one, if you know the keyword as well. So first of all, we'll go with this one, but before that we'll just insert a new slide to implement this, and we'll go with this title and content. We'll click on that, and we have a title as adding an image, and we'll click on this Insert tab, click on Pictures, this device, and here we have a picture saved as online class. We'll click on that, press Insert. Here you can see that specific picture has been added to your slide or PowerPoint. But if you want to select a picture from online, we'll just have to add another slide to implement that. We'll go with this title, and we have a title as adding an image online. And for that we'll just go to the Insert tab, click on this Pictures, Online Pictures, and this interface will be opened. Please wait while we're uploading. And for that we'll just click a keyword as online teaching. We'll click enter. Here you have the options that could be related to your keyword that you have already entered. For that we'll just go with this one. We'll click on this and press or click on this Insert. It's downloading and it might take a little while, and you can see this comes with a reference as well that can be used, and this picture that we already wanted it to be, so this has been added to your PowerPoint slide. So this is how you can insert an image to PowerPoint. Formatting an image. Once inserted, click the image to access the picture format tab. For that we'll just go to this previous one, and we'll click on that. As you can see, there is no picture format tab available, but when we'll click on this picture format tab just appears, and we'll click on that, and here you can resize and crop the image as well, apply styles, borders or effects, adjust brightness and contrast, and apply all these effects available on the screen. We'll just apply one by one. For that, first of all, I just go with corrections. Here you can add brightness or contrast, which shows that brightness 0% but contrast is -40, and here brightness is -20% and contrast is 0%, which is normal. And if we want to go with a little darker one, it has -40% brightness, But if we want to go with a little brighter one, it has a brightness of 40% and contrast of 20%. As you can see, if we hover the mouse to this specific effect, it will be implemented to this picture, but we'll just keep it to a little normal and we'll just click on that. That effect has been implemented on this picture. The next we can apply effect on, like we have options in picture style. As we have picture border, we just want to go with the little lighter one, this one, and you can change the weight of this as well. For example, I just want to go a little thicker. We'll just click on that. Here you can see we just change the color so that we can see that. So this is how you can add border to an image. You can apply picture effect as well. You can add shadows, reflection, glow, soft edge, bevel, or 3D rotation as well. So this is how these effects can be implemented, although they seem a little unprofessional sometimes, but you can just implement as per your requirements and needs. So these effects can be implemented. We'll just go with the shadow one or inner shadow and all these effects. This is a reflection variation. You can see it reflects the image downwards, or you can just go with these options as well. These are presets, and for example, I just go on this glow one. You have a little bluish glow outside which says a teal accent color too, so this just represent the properties of the glow. So we'll just click on that. Here this effect has been applied on this picture. Next we have picture layout, and you can see we have all these options available that we can add text to an images to let us know that what picture is all about. For that we can just go with any of these options. For example, I just want to go with this specific one. We can just edit this text. We click on it. You can just write it as online class. So this is how you can add effects to this specific picture that we have already inserted using SmartArt for visual organization. SmartArt allows you to create professional diagrams, making complex information easier to understand. How to insert SmartArt? For that, we just have to add another slide. As you can see, we just go with this blank one. All right, and we'll just go to the insert tab. Here is the option called SmartArt. We'll click on that. Here we have all these options like list, process, cycle, hierarchy, relationships, matrix, pyramid, pictures, and we can explore others from the office.com as well. But for example, I just want to go with the cycle one. We'll click on any of these options available. We can change that later as well if we really wanted to change, but first of all we just go with this segmented cycle. We'll click OK, and you can see that specific SmartArt has been added, and you can change the color as well. We'll click on this. We just want to go with different sharp colors, and you can just change the SmartArt styles as well. We'll just click on this, and you have these options available that can be implemented. For example, I just want to go with this one, and you can just edit this text as well. For example, I just want to go with Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. So this is how adding images and SmartArt works in Microsoft PowerPoint, or you can say this is an insert tab that we have explored, and you can add all these options available in here like header and footer as well, text box as well, and you can add a comment if you're working in our team project. So you can add shapes as well. So you can just, for example, we'll implement that. For that we'll just add a new slide, a blank one, go to the insert tab, and you can add any shape that is available in here. For example, we just want to go with this one, and you can just drag the mouse and that shape will be created, and you can change the shape style as well. For example, I just want to go this one, and to add a text you can just add a word art as well. So this is how you can just implement this shape effect. And to add equation as well, we just go with this one, and you have predefined equations as well like Pythagorean theorem, quadratic formula, and Taylor expansion as well. For example, I just want to go with Pythagorean theorem. We'll click on that, and that specific equation has been added inside that specific box that we already created through this shape. So this is how you can just use all these options available in the Insert tab. Adding slide transitions. Transitions tab. Understanding slide transitions. Slide transitions are animation effects that occur when moving from one slide to the next. PowerPoint offers a variety of transitions, categorized as. To implement that, we'll have to add a couple of slides so that we can have the transition effect for that as well, and we'll just implement this as so that we can just differentiate from the slides as well. So for that reason, I'm just adding a couple of images. We can add from online as well, like computer. We'll insert that, and in the fourth slide you can just add SmartArt as well, just so that we can differentiate from the text. They should not be empty, so that's why I'm just doing that. And here you can see, let's say I just want to add a blank one and just implement that. Insert. So let's change the colors to this one. So we have 5 different slides, you can see, and when we will implement these transition effects, that will be distinguished one by one. So that's why we implemented all these effects in these slides. So implement the transitions effect, we'll just go to the first slide, and first of all we want our first slide to be in the form of cover. So this is how our first slide will be presented, but if we want to change it, we can just click on this drop down and we'll have all these options. We should keep it a little formal, as we have all the other options as well, which says checkboard as well, ripple effect as well, glitter as well, which seems a little informal. But if we want to keep it a little formal, you can just use cube as well and gallery as well. So we just, to implement that cube, we'll just click on that, and this is how our first slide will be appearing. To implement the second one, we'll click on the second slide and click on the this drop down menu, and you can just implement all these effects on the all the slides as well. But if we want to keep all the slides transition different, then you can just implement one by one. But let's assume I just want to implement this one, a flip one, to all the slides, and just we have these options as apply to all. We'll click on that. All right, and you can just go to the first slide, and when we'll just go to this slideshow, we'll click on that, and this is how all these slides will be appearing in the form of that specific effect that we have applied. To go back, we'll just press ESC. So this is how you can apply transitions to each slides or to all the slides that we have been working on in a project. PowerPoint offers a variety of transitions, which has been categorized as: the first one is subtle, like they have none, fade, push, wipe, and different ones. The second we have exciting, which seems a little informal sometimes, but you can use any of these. And the third we have dynamic content, which can be used to make a little more engaging. For example, if we want to go with this Windows option, we'll click on that and it will come in the form of window. But if we want to use as conveyor, so we'll click on that. So this is how these effects will be implementing throughout the presentation if we apply to all right. But if we want each slide to have a different transition, then we will have to apply all these effects one by one. Customizing transitions. To customize the transitions, we have this specific area. For that we have sound, duration, and on mouse click as well. If we want the next slide to appear on mouse click, then you can just check on that. But if we want a slide to appear for a specific duration, then the slide will be changed automatically and it will be forwarded to the next one. So this is how we can use these. But for the sound effect, we'll just click on that. You can add audio effects to transitions. Use sparingly for a professional touch. So you can use any of these, like arrow, camera, click. Most of the time we use click to be a little formal. We'll click on that, and when we'll be presenting the presentation, so this effect will be applied. And the duration effect modifies the speed of the transition by adjusting the duration in seconds. It means how much time will it take for the transition to apply from one slide to the next. Advanced slide. Set slides to transition automatically after a set time or require a click to proceed. For that, we have already discussed. If we want the next slide on a mouse click, we can just check that. Or if we want a timer for the specific slide, then we can just check that and set the timer as well. So this is how you can just adjust the slides presentation as per your requirement or as per content you have on your slides. Best practices for using transitions. Keep transitions consistent throughout the presentation. Use subtle effects. This one, as we just go to this one, and this area or this category is considered to be a little more formal than all these ones. So you just have to avoid excessive animations. Test transitions before presenting to ensure they align with the content flow. For example, if we want to apply split one or the uncover one, we'll click on that. As you heard the sound as well, so it sounds a little more irritating, so you can just go with the coin effect. We'll just click on that. This a little informal as well, so you can choose any of these options available. Like for example, we'll go with the whoosh. We'll click on that and we'll click on the uncover. But for example, I just want to increase the timer to 2 seconds and we'll click on this uncover. So this is how the sound effects work. But if the sound effect is not available or you don't want to choose the sound, then that would be more professional as well. And the animation or transition should be more formal as per the requirement of the content. So this is how adding slide transitions work in Microsoft PowerPoint, and you can use all these options available as we have already implemented using simple animations. Animations tab. Understanding PowerPoint animations. Animations control how elements, text, images, shapes, etc. appear, move, or disappear in a slide. PowerPoint provides four main types of animations. For example, we have to present these slides, and this is our welcome slide, and we want to implement an animation on this text of welcome. And for that, we'll just click on this text, go to this animation tab. When you click on this drop down menu, you have all these options available. The first one is none. No animations will be implemented. The second one is entrance. This should be applied at the entrance of the text or entrance of your presentation or the start of your presentation. The next we have emphasis. Add motions to an object already on the slide. For example, pulse, spin, or grow or shrink, and you can use any of these. The next we have exit. It should be at the end of the slides or at the end of the images should be appear. So we have options like float out, fly out, swivel, and bounce, and all these options available. You can use any of these. But as it says, it should be at the exit and this should be at the entrance, and within you can use any of these, but as a formal presentation you should follow all these instructions that have been provided. At the end we have motion paths like line, arcs, turns, and custom paths as well. So this is how you can use all these animations. But for that, let's assume I just want to apply an interest effect as fly in to this text that I selected. So I just click on it. So this is how you can see the welcome slide has an animation of fly in. But what if I just want to change the animations to float in? We'll click on that and just click on this float in, and it will be a little smoother. So this looks a little formal and a better one as well. So this is how you can use an entrance animations. The next we have emphasis animation. For that we'll just go to this drop down menu, and here you can see we have all these options available, and you can use any of these by just clicking the image or a text you want to apply effect on, and we'll just go this drop down menu. And for example, I just chose this teeter effect and we'll just click on it, and here you can see this image tilts a bit right to the left, and this is how you can apply the effects on. Although it doesn't look a little formal, but you can just apply on these. For example, if you're making this presentation for kids or the school students, so it might engage them as per the content you are working on or providing the presentation on. So this is how you can apply the emphasis effect. The next we have exit animations. Control how objects disappear from a slide. For example, we have the last slide, which should be the exit slide, and let's assume I just want to change the animations for this text. We'll click on this text and we'll just go to this animation tab, go to this drop down menu, and you can use all these animations as an exit, but for example we used float in for entrance, so the exit should be float out. So we'll just click on that, and here you can see it goes out smoothly, like the entrance was a little smoother, like you can see in here. So it was the kind of opposite to entrance and exit. So this is how it looks, a little formal and an organized way to present an presentation. The next we have motion paths. Move an object along a defined path like lines, arcs, custom paths. For example, I have this text, as you can see it's on a gloss. We'll click on that and I just want to have a custom path like in here. If I want this text that has been selected and I just want it to rotate like a circle, we'll click on that, and here you can see this text was rotating in a circle. This looks a little informal, but to catch attention and to grab attention you just have to do all these effects. And for example, I just want to go with arc, so I'll just click on that, so it goes in the arc shape. So this is how you can use all these effects in an animations tab, and you can customize this as well. So let's assume I just want to preview all the slides or all the effects and animations that I have implemented. So I just go to the slideshow, and here you can see we'll just press next. It comes in a smoother way when press next, press next. So this school text has an animation as well, and when we press next, this image has an animation of teeter. So you can just see that when we press next, it doesn't have any animation, so it looks a little simpler when press next. And as you can see, this text was animated as an arc, so this was implemented as like that. So when we press next, we have a thank you slide. For that, when we press next, it float out. So we press ESC, and here we are in this our editing area. So this is how you can just review the animations that you have already applied on, and you can see how does it really work when you will be presenting. So this is how all these animations work in a Microsoft PowerPoint. Customizing animations. Effect options. Modify how the animations behave. Change the direction of a fly-in effect. For example, if I have implemented these animations on this text, we'll click on that, and here is the option called effect options, and you can see how you can just change it as well, like it is float up, but if we want it to be float down, we'll just click on that. So here you can see it comes from the upward. So this is how you can change the effects as well. The next we have timing. Adjust the duration and start setting. For example, we'll just click on the other animation. For example, I have just implemented the animations on this text, and if I want to change the duration of this text, for example, I just want to go with 1.5. So this is how you can see it comes a little later. So it comes a little smoother with the time as we have just increased the duration of the animation. The next we have on click. The animation starts when you click. For example, if I have implemented it as on click, then the animation starts when you click. For example, if I just have to slideshow in here, and you can just click on the mouse and it will just appear. So you can use mouse as well by clicking the mouse, or you can use keyboard by pressing next or enter as well. So this is how you can just implement the on click effect in the Microsoft PowerPoint. The next we have with previous. The animation starts at the same time as the previous one. You can just change from in here, and you have the other one as well after previous. The animation starts automatically after the previous one. Okay. The next we have animation pane. In here you have the options called animation pane. Manage multiple animations in a slide for a better control. When you click on this interface opens, and here you can see we have two contents on these slides, as the first one is title and the second one is an image, and we have implemented the animations on both of these. So this lets us know that how many animations we have implemented on a slide. Best practices for using animations. Keep animations simple and professional. Avoid excessive movement. Use animations to highlight key points, not as decoration. And maintain consistency across slides to ensure smooth transitions, as we have implemented float in for the entrance and it should be float out for the exit. So this lets us know that the animations we have implemented are smooth and are consistent as well. Inserting audio and video. Insert tab. Adding audio to a slide. Audio can be used for background music, voiceovers, or sound effects. To insert an audio file, we'll just go to this insert tab, and if we want to add audio to this second slide of this PowerPoint file, and you have an option called in here as audio, we'll click on that, and you can just record an audio as well if you have not saved and to create a new recording. But if you have already saved in your computer, you can just select this option as audio on my PC. We'll click on that. Here you have an audio file saved. We'll click on that and press insert. Once inserted, a speaker icon appears on the slide. Here you can see. You can just drag it to the desired position as well, and you can resize the size of the icon as well, and you can just place it to anywhere on the slide and wherever you want it to be. And we will click on this speaker icon. Then you will have two new tabs as audio format and playback. So we'll just click on this playback. To adjust settings such as start, choose whether audio plays automatically or on click. So you can just click on this drop down menu. Here you can see it says automatically or when clicked on. So we want it to be played when clicked on, not automatically, because when you will be presenting you might get late or you might speak a little earlier, so this should play when you click on it. So we'll just change this setting to this one. And the next we have loop until stopped. Keeps the audio playing in a loop. Even it ends, it will start again. The next we have hide during show. Hides the audio icon while presenting. When you will just check this box, then this icon will not be shown during the presentation, and we'll just click on it and you can just have this icon and you can just play it by just pressing Alt plus P, or you can just using mouse and clicking on it, and you can just adjust the volume as well from here. So this is how you can adjust an audio in this PowerPoint presentation. Inserting a video into a slide. Videos can make presentations more engaging by demonstrating concepts visually. To insert a video, we'll just go to this insert tab, and we have an option in here as media in video, and you can use an online videos as well, but if you have saved in your device then you can just go with this one. And as we have already saved video, we just click on it and press insert. As it appears on the full screen, you can just resize it as per your needs and requirement and the area you want it to be covered, and you can adjust the alignment as well. So this is how you can add a video. When you click on this video, two new tabs appear as video format and playback as well. So it asks us the same question as audio, that when the video should start, in click sequence, automatically, or when clicked on. So as we wanted it to be played when clicked on by mouse or keyboard, so we'll just change it to that. The next we have trim video. Allows you to cut unnecessary parts. For example, if I want to trim this video and want a little part of the video, so we'll just use this mouse cursor and we'll drag it from here, and we just want this part of the video as for 11 seconds, and it starts at the 3 seconds and end at the 11. So we will have the part from here to here. So we'll just press OK, as the duration of the video has been reduced to our requirement. And you can trim the audio as well. If you want to trim an audio, we'll just right click on this speaker icon, we'll click on trim, and you can just have the sound or an audio as much as you need. For example, if I just need this part of this audio file, and we'll just press OK, and this audio file has been trimmed. Here you can see we have a 59 seconds audio, but earlier it was, you can see it was a 8 minutes and 9 seconds audio, but we have trimmed it to our requirement as, you can see, 1 minute audio. So this is how you can trim the audio as well and video as well. The next we have fade in, fade out. Smooth transitions between slides and videos. When we'll just click on this video, we have a tab opened as playback, and here you can see we have options as fade in and fade out. For example, if I just want 0.25 as fade in and 0.25 as fade out, so it will come in a smoother way when we'll just click on this slide. Here you can see when we'll just play it, it appears to be a little smoother. Best practices for using audio and video. Keep it relevant. Ensure multimedia elements support your message. Check file compatibility. Use common formats like MP4 for video and MP3 for audio. Avoid autoplay distractions. Set media to play at appropriate times, as we have selected from here as when clicked on. So it might not distract the audience, as it should be played when clicked on instead of automatically playing. Test before presentation. Ensure file play correctly on different devices. So for checking, we just play this video. As you can see, it is playing smoothly and as it was in the high definition format. And we'll just run this audio as well. So it has been working smoothly as well, and the audio quality is a better one. So we can just use these audio and video files in a presentation. If we want to add other files, you can just go to this insert tab and you have all these options available if you want to add any of the options as per your need and requirement of the content you are presenting. Using presenter view, slideshow tab. Enabling presenter view. To activate presenter view in PowerPoint, we'll just have to click on the slideshow tab. Here you can see, we'll click on that and check this presenter view if unchecked for the presenter view under the monitor section. Here you can see. And to start the slideshow, you can press F1 or go to from beginning. If you want the slide to be started from beginning, you just click on here. We'll click on that. Here you can see we have a preview as well, but the presenter view is missing. For that, we'll just right click on this. Click on this show presenter view. We'll click on that. Here you can see this section will be only shown to the presenter and not the audience, and here the notes will be available. For example, I just go back, and for that I just go to the second slide and I just go to this note section and write a note for myself or the presenter, and I just write as the comparison between school and online class. So this note will be shown to the presenter only. For that, we'll just go to this from beginning and right click on the screen, show presenter view, and you can use these arrow keys to go back or next to the slides. As we have made the notes for the second slide, we'll go to the next slide. Here is a note that we already have written on the notes section, but that note will be shown to the presenter to let him remind to discuss something important that he should not miss during a presentation. So this is how this works. Here are the advanced controls that can be shown to this presenter that is presenting the slides. So this one is pen, laser and pointer controls. We'll click on that and you can use any of these. For example, we'll go to this laser pointer and the laser dot will be representing the main point that you want to highlight, for example comparison and the online class and the school class as well. So this is how you can use this. And if you want to use pen to write something on the screen, for example I just want to write as I just want to underline this, and here you can underline and you can just write this on as well, for example online class, and this is school class. So this is just for the education purpose, so you can use any of these, and I'm just letting you know that how does it really work. So here's the option for highlighting. For example, I just want to highlight this as this one. So these are the advanced features that can be used during a presentations. If you don't want to use, then it's up to you, but if you want to use, then all these options can be used. So this is how the presenter view works. Key features of presenter view. Once enabled, presenter view provides, as I have let you know the current slide, this will be shown to this audience. The next slide preview helps you anticipate the next point. And the next we have speaker notes. Display key talking points for each slide. For example, for this slide, comparison slide, we wrote these notes if we want ourselves to be reminded for something important. The next we have slide navigator. Allows easy switching between slides. For example, these are the arrows that can be used to go back and to go right as well. So this is how you can use the slides. The next we have timer and clock. Keeps track of your presentation time. Here you can see This is the time that can be shown to the presenter only, that how much time he has left for the presentation and how much time he has consumed already. So this is how the presenter view works in a PowerPoint. Navigating slides smoothly. Presenter view allows for seamless slide navigation. Use the arrow keys or next or previous buttons to move through slides. Here you can see you can use any of these buttons. Click on see all slides to jump to specific slides without disrupting the flow. For example, I just click on this one and you can see all the slides that you have already made, and you can just jump on any of these. For example, I just want to go with third one, so this slide will be shown to the audience. Use the blank screen or white screen options to pause the presentation when needed. So you can use a blank screen if you want a pause, and if you want to write something that can be represented to the audience by using this pen or laser tool, then you can use blank screen or white screen as well. Optimizing presenter view for different setups. Single monitor users. You can simulate presenter view by using view nodes in normal mode, projectors and external screens. Ensure the correct monitor is selected in the monitor settings under the slideshow tab. We just go back or we can just click on this end slideshow, and you can just discard that we have already written. Here you can see you just have to select a monitor that must be connected to this presentation, so that the screen should be visible to the audience as well. Remote presentations. Use presenter view with video conferencing tools like Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet by sharing only the slideshow windows. Printing and exporting your presentation. File tab. Printing slides and handouts. Printing is useful when you need physical copies for meeting, training sessions, or notes. To print a PowerPoint presentation, click on the File tab in here, and here is the option called Print. We'll click on that, and this interface will be opened, and you can choose any of these. Choose a printer or select Print to PDF for a digital copy. For example, I just want this to be printed as PDF, so I'll just click on this. And here is the setting. You will have to use any of these. Under settings, select under this section, we'll click on it, and you can use full page slides. Prints one slides per page. Alright. And the next we have options. Handouts. Prints multiple copies per page for easy reference. For example, you can use any of these. The next we have notes pages. Prints slides along with speaker notes. When we'll click on this, if we have added any notes in the presentation, like for example we have added this one, we'll just go back and see. So the second slide we'll have, as we have added these notes, and when we'll just go to the print section and select this option, notes pages, then these comments or notes will be printed along with the slides as well. The next we have outline view. Prints only the text from slides. When we'll just click on it and click on this outline, then the pictures and videos will be exempted and the only text will be printed if we really want the text to be printed only and just don't want the images or videos in the printing form. You can adjust color settings. We'll click on this color, and you can use any of these like color, grayscale, pure black and white. So we just want it to be a grayscale if we want only text, or if we want to add images as well, we'll just go in here, go to the notes page, and here you can see this is a black and white, and if we use color, then the printing will be in colored format, and we'll just click on this print to generate the copies. Exporting your presentation. Exporting allows you to share presentations in different formats, making them accessible on various platforms. To export a PowerPoint file in different formats, we'll just go back, click on this file. Here's the option called Save As. We'll click on that. We'll choose the location where we want this file to be saved. We'll click on Browse, and for example, I just want it to be saved on the desktop. And here are the multiple options like PDF, portable document format, best for sharing static slides that cannot be edited, maintains layout, fonts and images, used when sending a finalized version to clients or colleagues. The next we have a video format, that is .mp4 extension, converts slides into a video with animations and transitions, allows viewers to watch without needing PowerPoint, used for self-running presentations, training materials, or social media content. The next we have .png or JPG extension. Saves each slide as a high quality image, ideal for inserting slides into reports, documents, or websites. The next we have PowerPoint Show, PPSX extension. Here is the option PowerPoint Show. Opens directly in slideshow mode when clicked. Useful when sharing a presentation only file. So if we want it to be saved as .ppsx, we'll click on that, click on save, and this file will be saved as .ppsx extension, which is a PowerPoint show slide. Optimizing print and export settings. Before printing or exporting, consider file size. Large files may be difficult to share. Compress images and videos if needed. Print quality. Select high quality printing for professional handouts. Compatibility. Use PDFs or images to ensure universal access across devices. Interactive elements. Animations and transitions do not work in PDF exports. Use video format instead. Proofing, comments, and collaboration. The Review tab. Let's walk through the key sections of the Review tab step by step. Proofing tools. The first group on the left is proofing, which includes, we just go to this Review tab. Here you can see the first group is proofing, which says spelling and thesaurus. Spelling. Click this to run a spell check on your slides. PowerPoint will suggest corrections and allow you to ignore or fix each one. For example, let's go to the second slide. Here you can see I have intentionally changed the spelling of a word and it is red underlined, which means that this word has incorrect spellings. So we'll just run a spell check and we'll just click on this spelling. Here you can see it just suggests us that what word could be replaced, like anywhere or any here. So I just want to go with anywhere. Click on that and click on this change. So spell check complete. Here you can see the word was replaced as anywhere, the correct ones. So this is how a spell check runs in a Microsoft PowerPoint. Thesaurus. Use this to find synonyms and improve word choice. Great for avoiding repetition or making your word more engaging. For example, I just want to use a different word for this particularly. So I'll just click on this word by using mouse and I'll just click on this thesaurus and it gives me all these alternative words, like for particularly it gives me exceptionally, intensely, acutely, especially, specifically, remarkably, outstandingly, and all these options available. So it just enhances the vocabulary of a presentation and gives a good impression of the presenter as well. So this is how a thesaurus runs in a Microsoft PowerPoint. Language. Under the language group you can and just go to this language. Okay, it gives me two options like translate and to select a language as well. To choose the language for proofing, tools such as spell check and all others, as we are working in English, but for example I just want to go with a different one, so I just go with this one, or set proofing language. Here you can have all these options available and there are different versions of English as well if you want to choose any of these. So I can just I just want to go with this English as United States and press OK. So the spell check and the thesaurus run will be according to this English of American version or United States version. Set proof language. Useful if you're working in different language or need to review non-English text. For example, if I was working in a different language, so I can just change this according to this document or the presentation I'm working on. Translate. A helpful feature to translate a selected text using Microsoft Translator. We'll just select this text, go to this language section, click on translate, translate selected text, and just press yes. So it asks us that in what language do we really want it to be translated. For example, I just want to go with French. Okay, so I click on this and it gives me the translation for the French. So here you can see this text has been changed to French. So I can just insert it in place of English, although I don't want that right now, but you can use this feature as like this, as I have implemented. So this is how translation works in Microsoft PowerPoint. Comments. This is where collaboration really shines. The comments group allows you to add new comments, Click this to add a note to any part of the slide for feedback or reminder. For example, if I just want to add a comment at the end of this paragraph, I click on the new comment, and here you can see I just want my team members to review it and share your feedback. So this is how you can just add, and you can just press on the screen, and this becomes a box which can be shown to the team members or the colleagues you are working with, and you can just see the comments as well when you just press on it. And if you just close this window, here the box is still available, and when you just click it, then this sidebar will be appeared to see all the comments and replies of your colleagues or the instructor as well. So this is how you can add a comment as well. But if you want to delete a comment, you just click on this slide, you just close this sidebar, right click on this, and here's the option called delete comment, or you can add a new comment as well. So if I just want to delete this, I just go with this one, and now you can see there is no comment on this slide anymore. So this is how you can add or delete a comment in Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. Use comments to ask questions, give suggestions, or leave reminders for yourself or teammates. Accessibility. Finally, PowerPoint offers an accessibility checker to help you design presentations that are usable for people with visual or other impairments. This tool will point out things like missing slide titles, low contrast text, or images without alternative text. For example, for that I can just go with check accessibility as well, or at the taskbar of this PowerPoint presentation I have option as well. When you click on this, it gives us all the suggestions that should be fixed. For example, it just gives us the suggestion that duplicate slide title. For example, we have used the same title for two different slides. We can just click on it, and here you can see the images title has been used on the second slide as well and on the third slide as well. So it is repeated. So it just want us to change it. For example, I just want to go with online class. So here you can see it has been fixed, but still we have missing audio or video subtitles and missing alternative text as well. So we just need to fix it. So this is how accessibility checker works in a Microsoft PowerPoint. It's a great habit to run the accessibility checker before finalizing your presentation, especially for professional or academic use.